The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is about the story of a disgraced journalist, played by Daniel Craig, who is hired by a wealthy patriarch to solve the decades-old mystery of his niece's disappearance from a secluded Swedish island. He teams up with a brilliant but deeply traumatized hacker with a photographic memory, and the two uncover a twisted trail of family secrets, corruption, and violence. What begins as a cold case investigation soon spirals into something much darker, exposing decades of abuse and systemic misogyny hidden behind the veil of wealth and tradition. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was a bold American adaptation of the first book in Stieg Larsson's Millennium trilogy. The original Swedish film series had already achieved cult status, so adapting it for a global Hollywood audience meant Fincher had to strike a delicate balance of honoring the source material while bringing his own vision to it.
It's a very popular adaptation of a mass culture phenomenon. If the movie is great, I'm going to get too much credit, and if the movie sucks, I'm going to get too much blame.
Sony Pictures gave him a fairly large budget of $90 million, confident that Fincher's gritty style, Larsson's massive fanbase, and the film's dark allure would translate to box office success. Fincher insisted on filming in Sweden to preserve the cold, oppressive atmosphere that defines the story, and the result was a visually stunning, emotionally punishing thriller which is uncompromising in its tone. At the box office, the film grossed a respectable $232 million worldwide, making it a moderate commercial success. It performed better overseas than domestically, with international audiences accounting for over 60% of its total gross. While it didn't explode at the box office like a traditional blockbuster, it did recoup its budget and turn a profit thanks to strong legs, critical acclaim, and eventual home media sales. It wasn't a runaway financial hit by Hollywood standards, but for an R-rated nearly 3-hour mystery that dealt with sexual violence and familial horror, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo more than held its own. Its profitability helped affirm that mature, adult-oriented thrillers still had a place in the modern cinematic landscape. The film currently holds an 86% critic rating, with many critics praising the boldness of David Fincher for taking on a project that already had a huge fanbase, highlighting his version as a cold and edgy adaptation of the book. However, some people thought it stayed too loyal to the book, leading to pacing issues and visual inconsistencies. Overall, this film was seen as a dark, uncompromising thriller that elevated pulp material into prestige cinema. After tackling the icy landscapes of Sweden and the secrets buried in old family wealth, Fincher turned his lens towards something far more intimate and terrifyingly close to home. If you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full breakdown on our main channel or keep the binge going with the next clip.